I think being a woman in this industry, it can sometimes feel a bit challenging. I have actually had a gentleman say to me, can I speak to a man with a brain before? So that was a personal favourite of mine.
So some of the challenges, I think it is still a very male-dominated industry, especially being in customer service and sales. People expect the phone to be answered by a male still. So it's very much like, oh, this is the reception, can you put me through to the sellers? And when you do say, oh, I am a seller, they get very surprised still. So
sometimes customers won't believe women as much as men. Can I speak to a man, basically?
I think the attitude that women are inferior to men is dying, but it's still there. And I think you still have to work against that to some extent.
Okay, yeah, so the only sort of comments and concerns really are when we have customers call up and they do say they want to speak to a man who knows what they're talking about, obviously presuming that us women don't know what we're talking about within the racking and the warehouse industry really. Don't get it a lot as what we used to, but we still do get it occasionally. And I feel that some customers will speak down to you because they think you don't know what you're talking about because you're not a male in the industry.
The main difficulties are male customers not necessarily trusting your judgment on something which is a very male-dominated industry, not trusting your capabilities and knowing what you're talking about with shelving and racking. But eventually you gain their trust and they understand that you do actually know what you're talking about.
Challenges for women in the industry is where it's male dominated, some women may not be comfortable within that environment. And there is also PPE and workwear is inadequate for women because they are designed for the male physique. To try and find something to fit for a female that would need to attend the site can be difficult, and also it not fitting correctly could be a safety issue in itself.
Being a woman in the industry has its ups and downs, especially in warehousing. When I was picking and packing in the warehouse, I was the only woman in the warehouse, so it is a bit daunting to start with, to be surrounded by so many men. But they kind of take you under their wing, kind of become a bit of a family, and you kind of become like their sister and things like that. And it's all the banter is exactly the same as it is for normal. So once they kind of get over the initial shock of a woman being in there, they're just going to continue being normal. So yeah, it kind of doesn't feel any different. To start with, it's a bit of a shock, but yeah, after a while it becomes completely normal and doesn't feel like there's any different. They don't treat you any differently just because you are a woman.
Previous experience, a challenge that I've come across is that sometimes people that you deal with, whether it be day-to-day or on a regular basis, there can be a slight doubt or mistrust with your knowledge and your understanding of the industry because you are a woman. It's a very male-dominated environment, but through experience, that challenge is often overcome by the end of the conversation and you've built up the trust with the person.
Some of the challenges faced by women in the workplace is flexibility in terms of juggling career and work-life balance. I think it's important with the company you're working for to have an open office kind of policy with HR, so willing to arrange work which suits you, different timing, like school pickups, school drop-up. Yeah, that kind of thing is really important for women in our industry.
Compartmentalise the fact that it's a warehouse industry, and if you want a career in warehousing and you're willing to learn and you're willing to develop, just go for it and don't worry about the fact that it may be deemed to be male dominated, because there's equal opportunities for both women and men within the industry.
So I would say not to let the fact that it's male dominated put her off. Don't be afraid to let her voice be heard, basically challenge the stereotype and be part of the change.
I would tell them to go for it really. There isn't a reason why they couldn't do the job. The job is male and female, anyone can do any job really. There shouldn't be a reason why it should be gender specified for any sort of job really.
Go for it. There's lots more opportunities than meets the eye. There's areas such as finance, marketing, customer care, design, IT. It's more than just shelving and racking.
The advice I would give for women looking to join the industry is to really research the company you want to work for. So have a look at how the company is set up, whether it's a kind of horizontal or linear kind of company, opportunities for growth as well, and willingness to train up and skill share. As a company, we're very good at training up and looking at ways to improve current job roles, taking on other opportunities. We have sister companies that are willing to kind of take on and move about within. you're not just stuck in one place.
Come in with a strong kind of head and set of shoulders. It is hard work dealing in warehousing, especially in the racking and shelving for what we do. It isn't light work. It is really rewarding, especially when you first start out. If there's some type of product that you can't lift because it is too heavy, but within a year or even less, you're lifting it by yourself and you're lifting even more, and then you kind of look back and go, I've actually built up a lot of muscle and strength, and I didn't realise that I kind of had that before. Be yourself. Don't change who you are whatsoever. The guys will just get used to you. But yeah, I think that's probably what I would say. Yeah.
Well, I think young women should feel confident in joining the industry. There is no reason why a woman can't be within the industry. I mean, I enjoy actually being given a challenge by a customer with regards to what they want, and us being able to provide them with the right product and get it delivered to them. It's sort of that feeling of being able to give them exactly what they want without them knowing what they want to start with. It's a great industry to join, so I would say don't think twice, just do it.
Don't be scared, don't be nervous, just go for it. It's fun, it's something new every single day, it's not boring, and yeah, just don't worry about it.
I think if that's what you're interested in, then you should just go for it.